Good Friday morning, and welcome to Ice Age TV, the internal combustion engine age YouTube channel that talks about cars and trucks and SUVs and dogs. Yeah, good morning there, and Shelby Mustangs, and hey, happy birthday to myself today. I'm 60. Wow. Yikes. Wow, it's actually nicer out here than I thought. I mean, I'm dressed warm, but I mean, maybe a little too warm. I don't know. I mean, it's actually a little warmer than I thought. Thanks for watching my channel. Any new subscribers, appreciate you tuning in on this beautiful Friday morning. Come on, babies. Don't get on your little mission here. Come on. Come on, Scout. So, yeah, it's a Friday morning conversations on my channel. And I got to think to myself this morning, what would today's theme be? And I thought to myself, why don't we make it the 60s? Since I just turned 60 years old, getting to be an old man, yikes. I thought to myself, what happened in the 60s? And I really thought to myself, wow, if that, the Mustang. I was never a fixated kid on the Ford Mustang growing up, but wow, the Ford Mustang. Hey, get back here. Come on back here. Come on, let's go. Come on. Come on, Scout. Yeah, it's about the dogs. You watch my channel, but yeah, the Mustang. I thought to myself, we will talk about the Mustangs this morning, and we'll talk about the 60s, and yeah, but if anything, I want to talk about that Mach-E right there, Mustang Mach-E that I bought coming up a year ago in March, I believe. Yeah, that would probably be right. And also, I thought to myself, wow, the Mustang generation, 1964. All right, the dogs are going to be coming here. Here's the power boost. Love the power boost. That other color of that Ford Raptor I looked at yesterday, I just love that other color. Just kind of like the color thing. If you watched my channel yesterday about color, and I went and test drove one I thought was the same color, but it's not. It's a different color. Come on, Scout. Come on, boy. So let's get in here in the shop, in the barn. I need my more. And wow, I slept like a rock last night. What's that all about? I usually not a very good sleeper, but I did a pretty good job sleeping last night. Come on, Ginger. And I'm sure people know that story. Sometimes you sleep so good, it takes you forever to kind of get going more. I'm running a little late this morning. It's like, man, I just had a really good night's sleep, and I was like, who the heck wants to get out of bed and get to going to work? And it's my birthday. Don't I get a special day birthday? Some people do. Some people are so birthday people that they literally take the day off. And come on, girl. Never been like that. Ginger! It just doesn't end. It doesn't end, the arguments. And then my wife, for my birthday, she got me this little adapter. This is an adapter for my phone if I want to get a better microphone on my little tripod thing that is supposed to interact with that microphone. Hey, Ginger! Ah, jeez. If I turn off the video here. Okay, here she comes. Jeez. It's my birthday, little girl. What are you doing? Oh, there's the Mopar products. Hard to believe that the Dodge Challenger wasn't born until 1970. And I was just thinking to myself, how many Challengers have I owned versus how many Mustangs? Yeah, lots of conversations here. Don't let me forget my coffee and get up here in the morning. And I really appreciate all the people that watch my channel and weigh in and make comments. And it's really nice to interact with people on the YouTube channel and hear their ideas and thoughts. Interesting, one of my subscribers, he's the guy that started that whole, go down that rabbit hole of that Ford Raptor used truck. I mean, it's so crazy and how he reached out to me and he brought that up. I totally kind of forgot about that used Ford F-150 Raptor truck that was sitting in the back lot that I just think is not the right idea, and many others. But anyways, so today I'm 60 years old, born in 1963. Yeah, and I'm gonna get my. It's so funny. I'm trained just to hold my phone, and yeah, I'd love to set up my microphone. Yeah, but I think, nah, I'm just going to do that right now because I'm not going to experiment as I try to do a video. That doesn't usually work out very well. Yeah, so anyways, I thought to myself this morning when I woke up, it's just a typical thing, just kind of running my channel off the tip of my tongue. Can you kind of tell? on how I just kind of try to get creative on ideas and thoughts and conversations. And so I did some research this morning because I've never been a Mustang guy. I mean, I really haven't. Do I even have, per se, a Mustang? I don't even think, only thing I think I have in my office is my Mustang picture, my GT500 that I had. Here, I'll show that to you. I don't think. Oh, so this is my GT500. I had a person do. It's exact, you know, all the numbers, the build, the chassis, the theme, and so anyways, it's just interesting. Is why doesn't it say 2020 on it? Does it say 2020 on there? It does. So anyways, I really don't have any much of the Ford stuff, but I think to myself, wow, that car was born. It was actually born in '62 and '63 as the, you know, they were debating about what they're going to make, and then the Plymouth Barracuda. So I just never really researched this before. I mean, being very upfront about all this, the '60s, I really haven't been in depth looking at the '60s. Yeah, but now that I'm 60 years old, I'm thinking, wow, I'm 60 years old. It's hard to believe the Ford Mustang concept is over 60 years old. The actual Mustang now was officially first sold in March of 1964. So it's 59 years old. You know, so it's basically when I was born in '63. You know, these are things that started coming into the world. And the Beatles. I just happened to look up. Is George Harrison still alive? No. Is Ringo Starr alive? Yes, as far as I know. So between John Lennon, Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr, and George Harrison, Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr are the only ones left surviving. And apparently, John McCartney is worth like $1.2 billion or something like that. I'm trying to open my computer. I just keep on getting distracted with my own conversations. Yeah. Right, here's another story with the YouTube Iceman, Ice HCV conversations. Now, what's really interesting is last night, after leaving that dealership and getting a number on that Ford Mustang Mach-E, I really was more fixated on talking about that Ford Mustang Mach-E as the conversation this morning in electric vehicles. And then this morning, I just kind of like a brick hit me in the head. I was like, hey, why don't we use my age and what's going on in 1960? And I was thinking, yeah, it's kind of a good conversation to think about how in 1964, the first Mustang in March was sold, but then just shortly after, hard to believe, 1965, a GT350 came to the market. That's kind of impressive. With just in a year's time of the first model production year. And then it was believe 67. I could be wrong on that. I think it's 67 that the GT500 came to the Shelby product came to the market. So the 60s, definitely the beginning of the pony car era. The pony car being the Mustang started all that, and then Dodge, I should say Plymouth with the Barracuda was an exact competitor for the Mustang. If you kind of look at the lines of the kind of the cars, and then you look at the goofy back window. Got to get some coffee here this morning. Wow. So that was kind of the beginning days. Then what year did the Camaro come? I didn't even look that up. I don't even know. I would think 66. Is that when Camaro came along? 65 or 67? So I was the baby boy of the 60s, muscle car era. The beginning of the, real pony car muscle war. And wow. And then the Dodge Challenger didn't come to life until 1970 to just rode off really the Plymouth Barracuda line. And I thought to myself this morning, for me, in my history of my buying cars, if anybody wants to look for my video through the years, I think I called it, of me showing the cars that I bought through the years. I've got a whole video on that. It just shows all my cars. It's not even current anymore because of all the cars I've purchased from me making that like 2 years ago. So there's a lot of copy and paste of pictures. I just can't dig up all the pictures of the real deal of all the cars and vehicles I owned. Sadly, I wish I could have a picture of every car I bought with a license plate. I mean, sincerely, Never knew it when I was growing up, but oh my gosh, in hindsight now, if I would have kept every license plate and put a picture at the registration on every vehicle I have, this whole office would be full of license plates and pictures of cars. Yeah, I mean, you're talking over 300 cars. I believe I'm at 300 cars plus in my lifetime of purchases. You just witnessed, if you followed my channel last year, of 30 vehicles in 1 year. So to say that I'm embellishing, I think I'm pretty accurate on my numbers. So, but I got to thinking this morning is, have I owned more Mustangs or more Challengers? And just being that my first Mustang, I believe my first Mustang that I purchased was, I think 2019 or 2018. I'm just trying to remember. I think it was a GT350, the Kona Blue GT350, and the summer, I think it was 2018. I can't even remember. So if I go to the Mustang, just right at the Mustang, tip of my tongue, the Kona Blue to the orange Mustang, that's 2. And then I got the GT500, that's 3. And then I bought another GT350, that's 4. Then I bought the daughter a GT Mustang, that's 5. Then I bought another GT500, that's 6. So I think off the tip of my tongue, non-electric Mustangs, I've bought 6 Mustangs just since like 2019. I'll just use that number. And I could be missing something there, but the Bullet. The Bullet, 7. The Mach 1, 8. Yeah, so there's 8 Mustangs. Wow, 8 Mustangs just since like 2019. And I was never ever owned a Mustang up until that time. Never had one, ever. And so, which is just crazy in how I have so many Mustangs, but I was never the Mustang guy. So then you go to the Dodge Challenger. Hey, it's my birthday. It's all about me. Got that? Yeah, I know. Isn't it the birthday day? I get to talk about myself all day. Isn't that what it's all about? So anyways, so then I go to the Dodge Challenger side, and you go back to the 80s, and I bought 2 Challengers back in the 80s. There they go. The dogs. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. Boo! So, 2 Dodge Challengers then in the 80s, and then a huge time out. And then it wasn't until like 2014 I bought a Plum Crazy RT, so that's 3. Then I bought an SRT Jazz Blue, that's 4. Then I bought a Plum Crazy, that's 5. Then I bought an Octane Red, that's 6. And then I bought the Gold Rush, that's 7. So that's even hard for me to believe right now. I have purchased more Mustangs than I have Challengers. When I really was the Mopar guy growing up, and more of excited about the Dodge Challenger than a Mustang. That's hard just for me to tip my tongue. And then the Dodge Charger, the Charger Heritage came in 1966. And so back in like 2005 and 6, I bought the new generation of the Dodge Chargers, and I had the B5 Blue Super B. I had a silver, so there's 2 Chargers back in like 2000, I think. I'm going to say 2005 and 6. Well, 2005 or 6, and then 2008. So I think there was 2 there. And then you fast forward to my first Hellcat, my SRT Blue. That was 2015, that's 3. And then the Hellcat, that's 4. And then another Hellcat, that's 5 and 6. So 6 Chargers so far in my lifetime. And that's I talk about. People watch my channel. It's like I'm thinking about buying a Raptor truck again. It's who I am. It makes no sense. So I go out and I buy these really nice cars and trucks, but I just yet turn around and I trade out of them, and then just in a very short period of time, I'm back on the page to buy one back. Well, I can admit that there are a lot of other cars that I bought and I don't like. There's a Supra at Coons Baltimore Ford, black. I don't want it. There's a Corvette there. I don't want it. So there are lots of cars that I've bought. But you see my Shelby hat? I'm doing the Shelby recognition day, a gentleman reached out to me and asked me, said, "Hey, what do you think of the Roush product versus the GT350, GT500?" And I responded, "The Roush product's a nice product. You could get the Roush supercharger for your GT Mustang, but I just have heard that they'd get like heat soak issues or limp mode because you had bigger injectors. There's an intercooler big enough. I mean, there's a lot of variables. If you don't track it, I can see the Roush supercharger is a good warranty product. They still do that? I don't even know. I know a few years ago, you could buy the Roush package, you had a full warranty with the car if you did that through Ford and installing it, Ford dealer. And they've had a relationship with Ford for a long time. I don't think it brings the real Shelby name as well. I think Roush is nice. I think it's more aesthetics, though, more so usually on those type of vehicles. And I just think the Shelbys will recognize, and if I was to spend the money, I'd go with the Shelby because Shelbys hold their value. And I think they're going to even hold their value even more than ever right now. If you have a GT350, no doubt in my mind that vehicle is going to hold its value. And sure, they're going to make the next generation, the 650 7th generation Mustang, is going to be a GT350, GT500, but that's fine. But you're going to have generations of models that people love and want, and you'll always have that. So I just don't think that because of my GT500, the new generation brings one 2-3 years from now, I can't see my GT500 still not having really good value because it's just the heritage of that product, they even call it. So I was just thinking to myself this morning, really I was more focused on talking about the electric vehicle segment of our country, on how, when I was at Coons Ford Baltimore yesterday, on how they're giving me a price on my GT Mustang Mach-E, the electric car I just showed you walking in, and they're telling me, I mean, for me, I think they'll give me a little bit more money if I got serious in them, but it's nothing dramatic. So the car that I bought last year, I've got a pricing here for you. I'm going to flip it around. Okay, that car, that Mustang, space white, whatever you call it, space white metallic, okay, that car was $72,000, $72,495, and they had $5,000 ADM. Now I had a blue one that I bought from Coons Sterling Ford, and they charged me $10,000, so it was $82,000. So that Mustang Mach-E from Coons Baltimore Ford was $72,495 plus $5,000. There's $77,495. Right now, they're basically saying it's worth maybe $52,000. It's $51,000. They're saying right now that my same car from a guy today with 6,000 miles on it instead of 3,000 miles on it, and they're going to pay the guy $51,000 for it. Wow. So the electric car that, even for me a year ago, if you'd have told me that electric car would be worth $25,000 less in 1 year, I'd look at you and said no. I'd be like, no way. No doubt in my mind it'd be worth $10,000 less. Yeah, no doubt in my mind that $72,000 car would be probably a $62,000 car. But to be a $52,000 car, and then you add the ADM on that I paid for it, and then you add the sales tax, I mean, borderline, that's close to a $30,000 hit because the dealer, has their own back end fees that they charge you to buy that car. So here's another $1,000 just in that. So you're basically 735. You're at 78.5 sales tax. You're at over $80,000 for electric vehicle. And what I heard from the dealership yesterday is people aren't interested in them right now. Yeah, people are not interested in an electric vehicle. Is anybody listening to this stuff? Does anybody really follow my channel and listen to my message and what's going on? I mean, sincerely, is anybody else out there just thinking this is just beyond believable where we are? The governing body of this country and the Green Agenda individuals are convincing and brainwashing so many people, but it's not working. It's not working. I mean, why aren't people driving to Coons Baltimore Ford right now and the masses scooping up every electric vehicle they can? Well, what they're saying is it's the tax incentive that screwed it all up. Well, you don't get right off the tip of you don't get the tax incentive at the dealership. So it's not like you go to the dealership. If there's a $75 tax incentive, they don't take that off. You just claim it on your taxes for next year's filing. So, I mean, think it through. If to me, you're still going to get a tax incentive on these cars. That's not going to go away. I think there's a lot of confusion right now. So you buy the Mach-E right now, they're still hashing through exactly how much you get. Do you get $3,500, $7,500? I don't know. Maybe you get no dollars. I don't know. But you have close to a year to figure out where it's going to play out. If you have a purchase day on January 30th or February 24th or whatever, you're going to have record buying the car. And if they're going to get these tax laws to be understandable to these dealers or selling them and whatever. My understanding is that the Ford Mustang Mach-E qualifies for $7,500 tax credit. Once it goes over 80 grand on a sedan vehicle, you lose the tax credit. That's my understanding. I don't know what these guys, I guess I can admit, maybe I have no idea what I'm reading. Maybe I'm wrong. I can admit it. But my understanding is the government reworded that the Mach-E is in a category that allows it to get that $7,500 tax credit. I don't know. It's just confusing. Whatever. But the whole point is nobody's running the dealership and clamoring to buy these vehicles. Though even the F-150 Lightning has kind of now gone kaput. Right. It's a year later. Why? What's going on? Really, what's going on? Why all of a sudden the huge pullback if everybody wants these electric vehicles? And I think to myself, well, number one, the gas prices aren't $5 anymore. Okay. Number two, these are very expensive cars. Number three, I think more people watching YouTube channels, and if you're really getting to the breast of what's going on, I think the average person is starting to come to realize that the electric vehicle really isn't per se something they buy that's going to be like over the top where they just don't have an expense anymore. That you're just going to be skate free of having to spend money to get around in a vehicle. And if you do a lot of traveling, there's no doubt if you travel in the vehicle, you're going to be paying, within reason of just like going to the gas station buying gas. But the traveling aspect of it, it's going to slow you down a lot. Who wants to do that? Who wants to go to Florida and take 2 days to get there? Sure, a lot of people are programmed for that. But for a person like me, I think a lot of other people, who the hell wants to have to buy a hotel room to get to Florida because you're having to charge your car so much? And the other thing is, I think a lot of people are on the fence that, as time progresses, the range is getting bigger, but not substantially. With Ford going to this new lithium iron phosphorus battery cell pack, it's not going to be a vehicle that goes further. It's going to go shorter. It's just going to have faster recharging capability, and it's going to be a less expensive electric vehicle. And it's going to be a heavier vehicle. So I don't know if people are thinking what that's going to do for them. So is the 500-mile long-range car around the corner? It's not. It's not. Sure, if you want to go buy the $150,000, latest, greatest technology, sure, the Lucid Air, I think it's 400 miles. But that's in pristine conditions. And that's like a $100,000 car. It's just not within reach of the average person. So within reach of the average person, I'd say it's a 250. It's the 250-mile car. Maybe 300, maybe. But I would say, just to be safe, that you're at a 250-mile range car, which for the local getting around, it's great. For long-distance traveling, it's not. So, but why? Why has the electric vehicle market, all of a sudden the lights turned off and the consumers running the droves to go buy these things? And then Tesla's story is the same thing. Well, we're discounting the prices so it's more attainable to more people. But the federal government's goofing it all up. That's Elon Musk is saying that they're raising interest rates on everything so that the cars are harder to buy because it's more expensive to finance them and blah, blah, blah. But the underlying message to me is, hey, Elon, it sounds to me like you're not selling as much product that you used to, that things are changing, dynamics are changing. And I've said this many times. Has the market of all the green agenda tree huggers, is that me? Yeah, right. Well, you bought a bunch of electric cars. I sure did. I bought 2 electric F-150 Lightning trucks and 2 Mach-E's. Yeah, right. So, and I still have 2 of them sitting here, and one never even gets driven. I guess I should just start driving the damn thing, right? Yeah. So before we get to that point, but you just have to wonder, have they gone through their base of all the green agenda people that have gotten what they want, and then the rest of us are just sitting on the fence like, I'm just not ready to cross the bridge. So is the I mean, my sales guy up here, he really thinks there's gonna be like an $8,500 rebate on that Ford Mustang Mach-E. He yesterday was so adamant about like, dump that thing, dump that thing. He's like, that car's gonna be worth 40 grand before long. What an insult to the Ford brand and the electric vehicles. What a joke. I mean, it'd be unbelievable. But at the same time, if you watch like the Dodge Daytona, I was watching a Dodge just did an updated exhaust. Even for me, I need some coffee, right? Dodge just released a new video of the Daytona Charger EV, car with a new noise coming out of it. And that new noise is supposed to radiate more of that combustion engine noise, and they're still working on it. So Tim Knuckis, whatever, the CEO of the new SRT electrified brand, he swears up and down if it takes them 1,000 times or more to figure out where that noise that comes out of that electric vehicle caters to the ICE people, they're going to just keep on working. And they're trying to refine it to sound good, better. I tell you what, I saw a little with that vehicle. Would I buy one of those? It's possible, because the thing's just going to be badass. I mean, the thing, oh no. When people, oh Jesus Christ. That's a business call and I can't take it. So, when that product comes to the market, that thing's going to be insane. That thing's going to be like 850 horsepower. It's going to be insane on its all-wheel drive capabilities. It's just going to be, the car is going to be glued to the road. I mean, it's going to be an incredibly fun car on the inertia, exhilaration, just the roller coaster feel. So on that aspect, it's going to be incredible. I mean, for me as an individual, I think it would be foolish anybody here to think that these new high-performance electric vehicles are coming to us right now. I mean, they're coming here to us the next year. I mean, no lie, that Dodge Charger is going to be a 2024 model product, Dodge Daytona. The capabilities, things are going to be insane. But yeah, I get it. It's an electric vehicle, so I get the mental block. For everybody watching my channel, it's like, but I'm just not going to separate from that ICE engine electric vehicle. I get it. I understand that. But at the same time, the technology that's coming to us is beyond believable of what these cars are going to do when you drive them down the road. And I mean, they really are. And I get it. I own electric vehicles. They have that soulless type of feel when you drive them. And I mean, I understand. I've made many videos of the electric vehicle, and it's the love-hate of what's coming to us. Oh my God, this is just incredible. Oh, yeah. So I'm going to run out of time anyways. But on my birthday, right? It's my birthday. And so for me, I just thought I would talk about the 60s, because that's really when the Pony Wars started. And it's just incredible. I grew up in the true 60s of what is beyond believable is it's still we still now have, as an individual, I can buy a Mustang and I can buy a Dodge Challenger, and you can can't buy a Plymouth Barracuda, can't buy a Plymouth Cuda, but it's a Challenger in so many aspects. And you can buy the Camaros and the Chargers, as I said. So it's incredible how you're talking close to 60 years later, my age, and all of these cars are still hot items. So that's pretty. So am I a hot guy? Is that what that means? I'm 60 years old. I came in the 60s. I'm a 60s baby. The Beatles era, the Beatles just magnified the rock and roll era that came to the world and the country, and so the 60s was a hopping time. I mean, just incredible. And my mom called me the Beetle baby because I had so much hair when I was born. I came out with just a big old tons of black hair, and I looked like a little Beetle baby, like one of the who had the Beetle hair of the Beatles, all the Beatles. Is that where they got their name? Where did the Beatles? I never even looked that up. Where did the Beatles? They were formed. They're in England in 1960, and why was their name Beatles? I never looked it up. Anybody watch my channel? Let me know. Make a comment. Who came up with the name the Beatles? What spurred that idea, right? Where'd they come from? Not Liverpool. Where'd they come from there in England? I can't even think of where that was. They originated. But anyways, I'm just gonna kind of keep it at that. Too much going on. It's Friday morning, business, and I just thought to myself I'd share my birthday, and hey, didn't make it political. I kept it kind of out of that conversation today. And because it's my birthday, let's make it a happy birthday, right? Happy birthday day. What am I going to buy? You know, what should I go buy for my birthday, right? yeah. Yeah, it's dangerous. My Dodge dealership called me. Hey, we just got a Ram TRX in down here. Oh, no, we just got a Beetle Jeep Grand Wagoneer down here. Like, oh, no, don't tell me that. Can't see that happening. But anyways, hey, everybody, appreciate watching my channel. Really do. I really appreciate your support. I have great subscribers. I'm not just saying that. I have really great subscribers. People are very nice, and they make great comments, and I appreciate that. It's great. As us as individuals, I can only hope that for all of us, we can work to get along with each other. That's kind of, can we do that? Can we work more towards that versus what seems to be going on the other side of the world? Yikes. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more adventures. What's that? I don't know. Who knows? Danger is I'll go have to get my oil changed at some dealership, and there you go, right? Yeah, I go to get the car's oil changed, and turns into I trade it in and buy something else. Yeah, right. So, hey, thanks for watching. Stay safe. God bless. Stay tuned.